Hey y'all, so I have another cute and simple crochet style for y'all. This one is for my big hair girlies. So if you're not into big hair, this hair is probably not gonna be for you. So if you're used to my videos, you already know what it is. I'm just gonna do a simple braid pattern. I'm more so focusing on my parting, which is just gonna be a side part this time. And then I'm gonna slap my mesh weaving net right on top of that. And honestly, when I add the net, I don't have to have super neat braids. It's just my part is really the only thing that matters. Now this hair splits super easily. Oh, I didn't even say the name of the hair. This is Freetress Soulful Curl in a color T27, and it splits really easily. Like the install itself is not a challenge at all. Like I don't really suffer from any like matting or anything, so I'm able to just split the hair and start crocheting. And I'm gonna fast forward through this part because y'all know what it is at this point. Like you do multiple knots all over your scalp or all over your hair, and that's really the crochet process. It's super easy, and once you get into a flow of it, it kind of goes by. Now this is part where you kind of got to get a little more intricate. I'm doing my illusion parting along the side braids so that there will be no visible knots. So after I cut the net off and start teasing the front, as you can see, you can't really see any knots here, but when I start teasing the front, it's going to look even more natural. At this point, I'm just gonna go and fill in any gaps. And like I said, this hair can get really big, so I only ended up using maybe like a pack and a half of hair. And anything more than that, that's just gonna be on you on how big it is, because this hair really does expand. And you want to kind of place the knots not like super far apart, but you want to kind of scatter them so that you don't have overly dense hair, especially in the back. You kind of want to space it out because anything at the top is going to cover it. Now I'm gonna go and show you guys how I do my parting. I pull one strand through the front of the braid so that it covers the base of my braid or that base of the cornrow. And then I'm gonna go in and do that same illusion method that I did along the side. I'm gonna do it at my parting, and I'm just basically grabbing one strand or one end of the crochet strand. I'm going to pull it through on the other side and then knot it underneath the braid so that the braid itself is not visible, and it becomes a little more invisible as you finish the braid. But yeah, this is the final look. Well, close to final look. We still got a lot of work to do, trust me. I'm not gonna just walk out looking like this, because this is a lot and we need to condense in some. So I'm gonna go in and start shaping and trimming the extra strands of hair, like those loose straggly ends at the top. And then also I'm gonna add some like face framing layers. When it comes to face framing like big curly hair like this, you don't necessarily want to pull the strands taut, because then that's how you get super short pieces, and we don't really want that. So I just kind of alternate between using scissors and my thinning shears, just so that it's thinner at the front of my hair and it's not as dense. Now I'm also going to start teasing and razoring the front of my hair, but y'all see me struggling. I am not both-handed, ambidextrous in any sense of the word, so doing this was kind of a struggle, but I made it. I still was able to do what it does. But you want to take the razor and thin out the front, and then I take a hard bristled brush and start pushing downwards, kind of creating some extra frizz. And as I've said previously in other videos, like you really want to go ham on the teasing. That's what makes it look super natural. Like the teasing and the manipulation of the front of the hair is what makes those knots become invisible, and it really makes the hair look more natural as it starts growing in. And when you're using the razor or razor blade, you want to kind of make sure that you're combing downwards to create that frizz. And then by using a teasing comb or a fine tooth comb with that frizz, it's just going to help in the process. It makes it a little bit easier instead of just like using scissors to like make the frizz. I don't know if I'm making sense, but team razor all day, every day. But here I'm just finishing up. Whenever you think you're done teasing, I promise you're not. You can always go back and tease some more. And teasing is something that you're gonna kind of have to do throughout your install. It's not just like a one-time thing. I don't do it every day, but during the duration of my install, I try to tease my hair at least once, twice a week, just to keep that illusion on and popping. Additionally, because my edges are a little bit on the finer side, I try to create as much wispy pieces towards the front of my hairline just to keep the illusion going. Now, I thought I was grown enough to do full blonde, but I needed some dark roots. Like the dark roots was highly necessary. So I went in with some black spray and I just did my parting, and I did a little bit of the black spray along the side near my edges, just to kind of like not give me like full aggressive blonde. It's like a gradual grown out type of appearance. Maybe one day I'll be grown enough to do full blonde, but yeah, right now with this color specifically, I feel like I just needed a dark root. I low-key wish I had a dark brown spray instead of black. I feel like that would have been a better transition, but it still worked out in the end. So to set the style, I'm gonna add some alcohol-free mousse. Please, 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 on your crochet installs, use alcohol-free mousse, because anything with alcohol in it is going to dry out your install and not make it last as long. Additionally, I'm going to use this anti-frizz serum by Garnier Fructis, and this is like heaven sent with crochet. Like, it just perfectly compacts the tresses that you've been splitting during your install and kind of helps put them back together. I love using it for my installs, and right now I'm thinking to myself, like, dang, this is still a lot of hair on my head. But at this point, there's nothing more I can do, so I just twisted it up. This is usually how I go to sleep with a crochet install, like just doing 4 or 5 big twists and then sleeping in a bonnet. And this, I feel, helped kind of condense the style some and kind of like make the hair kind of conjoin back together in its original form before I had like split it and separated. Not only are twists easier to do than braids, but by twisting the hair as opposed to saying like braiding the hair, braiding is kind of like too much manipulation on the curl pattern, so it can kind of disturb it and just kind of ruin the curl pattern that's already there. By twisting it, it kind of maintains the curl pattern, and it's not going to be like extra manipulation from like braiding, if that makes sense. But yeah, I just went to sleep, woke up, and did my face, and y'all know once I do my face, the look comes together. Like, this was so cute. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous about the color at first, but it definitely came together. This blonde is so cute. Let me know if y'all try it. I'm obsessed. Okay, bye.